at school, I teach a leadership class. Gracie is in my leadership class right now, so she has to do this assignment. And I ask my students to write a letter to a person who's been the most inspirational person in their life. And this is the 6th time that I've had students do this, and every time I think, ooh, I need to write this to my most inspirational person. And so finally I'm doing it. And so I wrote mine to you. Okay, are you ready? It says, Dear Graham, you are the most inspirational person in my life. You have instilled core values in me, such as choosing to serve others, helping others, rising above challenges, and going out of your way to make other people feel good. Looking back, I had the best childhood. One short paddle boat ride across the pond, and I could be over here, where you always greeted me, and we did crazy things. We painted rocks, we had dress up, we made fry bread and tea parties, and we went on lots of adventures. Remember when we went looking all over for the right candy bars? You never cared about the mess that I left behind, and you would tell me to just leave it. That you'd get it cleaned up, and until you got it cleaned up, you'd always be able to think of me. Graham, you make life fun. You always have, and you always will. I think of the 3 overlaying lessons that you taught me. Number 1, never be afraid to use the good china, the good dishes. You would often set up fancy tea parties for me and often my friends. We'd have fancy lunches with the good dishes. You wouldn't hesitate to get them down. The fancy teacups, like from the China Hutch, you would always get those down. I remember that one time I broke the cup, and I was really nervous because I thought you'd be mad. And you simply said it was better that way. Graham, you saying that taught me not to sweat the small stuff and to see the beauty in imperfections. The next one. Okay, I'm crying. Okay, always feed the birds. Every time I was at your house or spent the night, I loved feeding the birds with you.
And squirrels.
We'll get there. As I grew up, I admit that I did this less, but I remember I hadn't been here to do it in a while when I was in junior high, and I came over, and I was amazed because you made friends with the squirrels. We'd always try to shoo the squirrels away because you didn't want to feed them, you only wanted to feed the birds. And I was amazed to see you feeding them, and especially because now you are buying them peanuts, getting them to come up on the back porch by simply saying, hey there, and they'd come take a peanut from you. You found a way to accept and have fun with those pesky squirrels, and eventually even the red squirrels too. Graham, you treat everyone with kindness and respect. Your heart has always been so big, and I can only hope to fill those shoes within the community. The third one. You always take time for a picture. Every haircut, every family gathering, you would always make us pose for a picture. Often I would protest, but I would give in because I knew that you weren't going to. And because, as you would say, it only takes a second. Looking back, I'm so grateful to have my life's adventures and a lot of bad haircuts documented in the collection of photos that you have in the basement. Graham, your dedication shines through. Taking pictures and putting the names on the back and all the dates on every single picture has always been kind of like your hobby. You've documented life, and that's been your dedication. You made this overwhelming task be more upbeat by keeping the piles out on the kitchen table. So when people would come over, you'd ask them, who was this? And make sure that you had the right date on the back. Now that I'm an adult, I see how precious time is with others. And I feel like I understand why you were so determined to gather people and persisted through their groaning to get that picture. It wasn't about the picture, it was about the memory. Don't let me fool you. I've learned plenty from you. I will quickly correct myself if I sit with my legs up in a chair and I'm wearing shorts. Because ladies don't sit that way. I will always love and treat my husband with respect, but I will never iron and fold his underwear.
I don't think she ironed it.
Graham, you are the shining light that has made me who I am, and I'm so proud. I'm lucky to be a granddaughter. That's it. Turn it off.